Okay, good morning, guys. So it's 7:05, so you may be getting ready for work. You may be just getting up. Whatever's going on this morning, I want to add as much value as I possibly can for the next 30 minutes. So if you're just jumping on, I'll give you another couple of minutes. If you are just finding this, then good morning and welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to be doing these fairly regularly now, going forward, probably a couple of weeks. And it just gives me an opportunity to chat to, or give more value to people that are up early. Many of our clients are CEOs or business leaders, they're early birds, so it makes sense to kind of get out there and start chatting to you guys first thing in the morning. So here we are. And those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Cameron Harris. I'm the CEO of True Fitness, and we are an online training, fitness and results company. And we've just come back from a 2-day branding workshop. So there's lots of new and exciting things coming out about the brand and what we do and who we specialize in and what differentiates us between everything else that's out there on the market. So let me just give another couple of minutes, guys, and I'll see who jumps on. These things take a little time to get momentum, right? So early doors, so I've got my coffee. So one of the big things that we talk about is habits, and through this 3-day workshop, the term habits came up a lot, and it was kind of one of the features of our programs, also something that we focus on as a way to get our clients rapid results. We've got a program called the Rapid Results System. It's a 6-week program, and essentially helps business leaders to achieve transformational health in a very short period of time. So when you're kind of making that promise to people, when you're making that claim, when you're working with people that want to get rapid results, it's important that you do that, you deliver that, right? And that's what we do. So I want to reveal to you today a little bit about habits and how we assess habits and how you can assess your own habits and take that away today, today being Friday, and who knows, this might kickstart your kind of start next week or over the weekend, to help you to begin seeing the change that you want. So the problem that I see, the problem that our clients experience is that they are extremely busy. So they're working long hours, they're probably traveling, they're potentially going to events, they may be drinking too much. They're living in a very high stressed, high pressured environment because they're a business leader, right? They might be a business owner, they might be a CEO, they might be a senior executive, whoever it is, in whatever kind of role you are in, you're going to be part of this kind of, business elite, right? And when you're in the business elite, especially if you're based, in a major city, whether it's London, New York, Sydney, wherever it is, there's going to be a lot of stress on your shoulders. So what that often means is that your time is very much squeezed, so you don't have much time. That's a genuine thing because we speak to people all the time, and nobody really gets, unless you're in that world, you don't really get what it means to be busy. You can be busy and you can kind of have stuff to do in the afternoons and the evenings, but a lot of the guys we deal with, they're away a lot. And when they're not away, they're at events, or they're going to networking stuff, or there's client events, or they're running events. They're busy all of the time. So the struggle they have is that they struggle to fit workouts in, they struggle to fit healthy eating in, because any time that they do have, any time they have free that's not based around work, they want to spend it with their family. They don't want to be doing a workout or following some kind of nutrition program or watching videos or whatever it is. So there's this gap between the information that's available and the information that kind of is relevant to that person, to that business leader. So, again, if you're watching this morning and you're looking at your diary and it's crazy and it's a Friday and, you're stressing out about next week, I get it. It's difficult to make these changes. But just be safe in the knowledge that us as a company, this is what we specialize in, okay? We specialize in working with this particular type of person, particular type of demographic, people that are extremely busy, and they're part of this kind of business elite, all right? So any information that we share, any information that I share on my LinkedIn, if you don't follow me on LinkedIn, it's Cameron Harris, follow me there. Follow True Fitness as well. All the information that we produce is based around that specific type of demographic. So if who I'm talking about is you, then follow us, watch the stuff that we put out, because it's all based around you. I'd say 99.9% of the information that's out there that's shared isn't relevant to you. It's shared for general population. It's for people that maybe have got a 9 to 5, people that have got more time to work out, people that can go in the morning, people that can go in the evening. They've got a little more flexibility around their time, their energy. A big part of this is mental energy as well. You know, if you're something called decision fatigue, right? If you're always making decisions, like high level decisions, not just, should I paint that wall red or this wall black, this wall blue? It's more around big decisions, and it's tiring. So when it gets to the point of looking after your health, there's not much mental energy left, right? So it's about having the best information. It's about using that information, implementing it into your life, and ensuring that you do it long enough to get results. That's basically what you need to do. Now, of course, we all know what we need to do, and I hear this all the time within the fitness industry, within getting people results. I know what to do. Chances are that you don't, and having that vulnerability around not knowing is a huge part of what's going to get you results. Okay, so if you're somebody that, I get it. If you're a business leader, if you're a CEO, you're a business owner, you're a smart person, you're a very smart person, and you spent 10, 15, 20 years getting to where you are, you're successful, you've got the watches, you've got the home, you've got the cars, you've got the family, you've got the kudos, you've got the status, you've got the team, and no one can take that away from you ever. Okay, no one's ever questioning your success within business. Okay, but business and health are two different things. Okay, there's many similarities. There's many similarities between the two, and that drive and determination will certainly help you to get to where you need to go. But you need to have guidance. All right, I've done this for 19 years now. Been in the health and fitness industry for 19 years. I've been working, running Truth and our teams since 2016. And we've specialized in this area, this type of person, for quite a long time now. And a recurring theme that we see is that, highly successful, very smart, but has a pretty poor knowledge of what needs to be done. Okay, let's just give you this scenario, right? You've got somebody that is within the health and fitness industry. They've worked in the health and fitness industry. They run a company. So all the stuff that you go through, all the lack of time, the travel, the long hours, the stress, all that stuff, the worry that comes with business, this person over here is in the health and fitness industry, i.e. me. That's what I'm talking about, right? Person B is CEO, highly successful business. We've got a team of 11 to 20 people doing really decent turnover, high stress, travel, long hours, all that kind of stuff, right? And this person over here that's in fitness, that's in health, struggles to stay in shape, to get their food in right, to not drink, to reduce stress, to get the right sleep in, to get their workouts in. This person struggles, okay? And this person over here thinks that, in the head, thinks that they understand what to do as much as this person, and they don't. Okay, so if this person over here is struggling, and they're within the health and fitness industry with, i.e. me, and this is me talking as me because I am me and I get what happens. If I struggle, I do it, but if I do struggle, you don't stand much of a chance, okay? And that's not me being a dick. That's me just being truthful. That's me just being honest. And that's just me giving you an insight into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of business people, business leaders that I talk to personally on a year-by-year basis, okay? So unless this person over here, i.e. the person watching this, is ready to be vulnerable, and they're ready to be honest, and they're ready to be coachable, something we talk about a lot. If you're not ready to be coachable, you're going to struggle to get to where you really want to be, okay? So today, I'm not trying to make you feel like shit or dig you out. That's really not what this is about. It's about me being honest and frank with you. and just sharing my experience, because I've done this for a while now and I get how this works. I want to share that experience with you. And if you are someone that's sitting on the end of this phone, drinking a coffee, having your Cocoa Pops, or you're on the train, whatever you're doing, and if you're watching this and thinking, right, I really want to change, I think what I just said around being coachable and open and honest and being a little bit vulnerable, that's going to be a huge part of getting the results that you really want. I'm not talking about losing a couple of pounds here. I'm talking about transformation. Yeah, not just transformation as in, get a six pack. I'm talking about transformation around energy, sleep, health, positivity, happiness, and the ripple effect that will have on you, your business, and your family. There's a big picture here, guys. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, I've been in this workshop talking a lot about what we do and how we positively impact the world, right? There's a bigger thing going on here. It's not just, I want to lose some weight. It's not just, I want to feel good. There's a huge impact. You as a boss, you as the CEO, business leader, when you start to focus on your health, okay, there's a huge ripple effect, because all these people that are below you, for want of a better phrase, that look up to you, that are inspired by you, are positively impacted by what you do. So if you want to make that change, in your head and in your heart, that's a positive thing, right? And if you actually go ahead and do that and implement and make the change, you're going to impact hundreds, if not thousands of people. Your kids, straight off the bat, your kids are going to say, oh look, mummy or daddy getting in great shape, I'm inspired to do more. They're amazing, they're my hero, right? Then you've got your team, so your executive team going, look at the boss, they're getting in great shape. Wow, this is incredible, I want to do that. Yeah? Managers, middle managers, staff, communities, families, okay? So when I'm having conversations with you guys around, the business leader, the business owner, the CEO getting in shape, just start to think about the bigger picture, because it's not just you getting in shape, it's the ripple effect that has. It's massive, okay? And us as a company, we want to have a positive impact on the UK and the world eventually as we grow as a company. We want to have a positive impact on obesity, diabetes, and we feel one of the best places to start is with business leaders, because the ripple effect that has is phenomenal. Okay, so there's my little kind of there's my little morning, not a rant, just a letting go of great information, I feel. So I want to give you some value now, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about, at the start I spoke about habits, and habits being the gateway to rapid and long-term results, actually, because habits are something that you can change for free. You haven't got to give me any money or pay me any money or pay somebody to change your habits or assess your habits and work on your habits. It's something you can do for free. It's really simple. And if you stick to this one thing, you will begin to see physical, mental changes in yourself over the days, weeks, and months. Okay. I want to give you a very quick example of a client of ours that focused on habits exclusively and started to see change. So this gentleman, 54 years of age, was a CEO of 2 companies, was extremely busy, extremely stressed, even though they like to say they didn't have stress. They were extremely stressed. Their sleep was poor, highly caffeinated all the time, were using alcohol as a way of de-stressing. Now, they were really busy and struggled to get workouts in. So where we started with that client was to assess their habits, look at what they're doing on a daily, a weekly, an hourly, a monthly basis. And once we'd assessed those and started to give some positive, the positive flip on that, and they started to focus on the top 3 or 4, they started to lose weight, they started to feel more energy, they started to feel more motivated, they started to sleep better. And suddenly from that one action, it started to build into, okay, I can fit workouts in. Okay, now I can start to eat healthily. So if there's one thing you should focus on, guys, it's going to be habits. And we'll go into that a little bit now. Okay. I know it's early. I know you guys are just getting up and moving around potentially. But, this is going to live on my home screen now. So on my LinkedIn profile page. So if you guys want to grab this, it's going to be there later. Maybe just screenshot this if you're on your phone. But this essentially is the 5 pillars that we use with our VIP clients to get them into incredible shape in just 6 weeks. Okay. So as you can see, we've got habits, training, nutrition, sleep, and NEAT. All right. Habits is where we start. It's the first point. It's where everything begins. And it starts with habits because habits impact all of those other things, right? So habits essentially are the things that you do on an hourly, daily, and weekly, and monthly, and yearly basis, okay? There's stuff in there that you don't even think about that is a habitual thing for you. You know, as an example, every morning, this is not me, but imagine it's you, right? Every morning I get on the train at 5:47, the other end at Liverpool Street, I get off and I go straight into Costa and I have a large latte with hazelnut caramel something, and then I have a croissant. That's a habit. Okay, I know it's nutritional, but it's a habit. Every day you do that because it's habitual. Okay, another example, every morning I wake up and on the way to the station, I have a cigarette and I drink a energy drink. Another example, right? You've got a bit nutritional there, a bit habitual, okay? Another example, every morning I jump in a cab because I'm running late and I haven't got time to walk to the station. That's another habit, okay? Or every Thursday I go to the pub and I drink 10 pints, yeah? Or every day I have Haribo at 11 o'clock because it gives me energy, okay? There's some stuff in your diary, some stuff in your brain, some stuff that you do without really knowing or without being conscious of, maybe you're conscious of it and you want to change it, that you do on a daily, weekly, hourly basis that is it's holding you back, it's stopping you from progressing, it's stopping you from getting results, okay? So when you start with habits, when you think about that as the one thing you should start working on, you see it encompasses a lot of stuff, right? It's not just, training, it's not just nutrition, it's not just sleep, it's all of it. Okay, so habits is a really important place to start. Okay, so let's just give you some, let's just go onto this slide because I want to kind of give you some information that's going to really help you to, I suggest you do this today. Like Friday's a good day because if you haven't got a hangover from last night, or maybe you have got a hangover and that's fine. Maybe the hangover is a habit. Today's a good day because Friday is a day that everybody says to themselves, I'll start this Monday. All right. If you start today, it's going to make the weekend very positive and it's going to get you ready for Monday. Starting Monday is, by the way, just a segue into this, is a really bad place to start things. If you look at your week and look at the busiest day, I would 100% guarantee it's Monday. So if you start things on a Monday, something new, start looking at habits, just trying to get workouts in, it's the worst day because you're really busy. If you really want to get results, Monday starts on Friday. That's when you should start thinking about it. Sunday at the latest, because that's when you start planning for Monday. Okay, but today's Friday. It's as good a day as any. Let's start focusing on what can we look at in your daily habits and what can we start to change. Because I want you to change, guys. I want you to get results here. I want you to start telling me, reporting back that I've changed some habits, start to see these improvements. Like genuinely, we want you to do this, right? It's not just change shit. I want you to really start to see changes. So my advice here is to really focus on this today. Right, so just on the left hand side here, you'll see a picture. That's essentially like a screenshot of our app. So you can see in there, we have built out some customized positive habits for our clients. This is genuine, right? This is actually what we do for our clients that pay us a considerable amount of money to build this program out for them. So you can see here, the first one they've got on there is 1.5 litres of water, 7,000 steps, protein with every meal, sleep hygiene. Okay, so essentially what we've done there is we've assessed all of their habits. We have then flipped it into positive. So for example, 1.5 litre would be, I don't drink any water, or I've had one glass of water. So we set them a standard, we flipped it. Okay, next one would be, I only do 2,000 steps a day. Okay, cool, let's flip it, let's do it to move it to positive, which is also realistic. It's not a stupid number, it's realistic. Okay, next one is I don't have enough protein through the day. Okay, flip it, protein with every meal. And the next one is sleep hygiene, i.e. I'm on my phone, on my iPad, call them a nan or whatever in bed. Flip it, let's improve your sleep hygiene. Okay, so what you need to go away and do, and you can just nip this down your phone, like I say, this will be on my homepage later so you can grab it. But you want to assess your bad habits. So you just start to think about it. Just start to make a list of the bad habits. I could play the Ed Sheeran song here, couldn't I? Start to assess the bad habits you have. And you probably, once you start writing them down, you're going to get them, right? Start making a list of those bad habits. So low steps is a really obvious one. Like, I'm never hitting my steps goal, or I only do 2,000 steps. If you work in an office and you're in a sedentary job, chances are 7,000 steps is a challenge for you. 10,000 steps is pretty much impossible. So I would say go for 6,000 to 7,000 if you're in a sedentary job. It's a pretty good place to start. You could look at snacking. Like, I'm eating chocolate, I'm eating crisps, I'm eating little bits of sugar throughout the day. It might be that I'm drinking water. It might be I'm drinking too much coffee. It could be anything. There could be 100 different versions of this. Once you've looked at and once you've listed out all of the habits you've got, the bad habits you've got, okay, and there might be 10, might be 15, there might be 20, depends on what shape you're in, right? What you then need to do is to find out what are the top 3 or maybe 4 that are causing you the biggest issues. Okay, so as an example, not drinking any water is giving you headaches, making you feel tired, and makes you not want to train, and makes you demotivated. That would be an obvious one. Or I'm not doing enough steps, so I'm not burning fat, so I don't feel energized throughout the day, and I'm gaining weight. So assess the top 3 to 4. Don't do 5, don't do 10, just do the top 3 would be a great place to start. 4 maybe if you're ready to make some big changes, and then list them out. So as you can see here, we've done a daily checklist, okay? So literally our clients goes in and they have to tick that every day. All right, the people that get the best results are the people who do the simple things every single day without changing. That, unfortunately, is health and fitness results. There's got to be some repeatability. Same as business, okay, outreach done, cold calls done, adverts run. It's got to be the same activities again and again and again and again. Same as business. All you do, the difference with this, right, is that if you're a business leader and you've got boring, repetitive tasks, you will delegate that to people. Okay? With your health and your fitness, you can't delegate it. You can't delegate your steps to your admin system. You can't delegate your protein to an assistant. If they can buy it for you, potentially. A bad example. You can't delegate your sleep hygiene to somebody else. You've got to do it yourself. And this is part of the issue that we find with business leaders, because they're so used to delegating stuff that when it comes to doing it themselves, they struggle. You have to do it yourself, guys. You can't delegate half your stuff, right? So get that ready in your brain. You're going to have to do this yourself. You can't do this. It's your body. It's your responsibility. Okay. So once you assess those habits, once you've chosen the top 3 to 4, you can start making a list. Now, once you've got that 3 to 4, you haven't got to do them in order. I would just say it's just a matter of going, right, these are the 3 to 4 I'm going to attack every single day. And then you need to set a reasonable time frame. Now, obviously we do 6 weeks, but we are on, supporting and on that, offering accountability to our clients every single day. So again, unrealistic, you're going to be able to do that yourself. It might prove me wrong, but there's very, very small percentage of the population that can hold themselves accountable. Very, very small, because life kicks in, you get busy, you go for a pint, and suddenly things fall off the wagon, right? I would say for the next 10 to 14 days would be a very, very good place to start with changing your habits and working on your habits. Anything longer than that, it's pretty unrealistic, okay? If you're going to pay someone to do it for you and do it with you, that's a different conversation. But if you take this information away today and you plan to do this on your own, 10 to 14 days would be about right, okay? If you can hit 14 days of this, you've smashed it. If you do 7, it's okay, all right? So go ahead then, create your list, create the, agree the time frame you're going to be working on this for. So 10 to 14 days is really good. And then you want to implement some kind of accountability, all right? Self-accountability, unfortunately, is a little bit of a fallacy. People say to me, oh, I'm successful, I can hold myself accountable, I can do this, I'm successful, blah, 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 blah. Self-accountability, guys, is extremely difficult. There's one thing that I would say that holds people back is that they overestimate their willpower, their motivation, their self-accountability. Okay, I know that pisses people off, and people often hear that and they're like, screw that guy, I'm gonna prove him wrong, which I get, but I'm not here to prove him wrong, I'm just here to help. It fires people up in the opposite direction, and I get that. I'm the same, right? People tell me I can't do things, I want to do even more. Doesn't mean I can do it. So self-accountability is a little bit of a fallacy. You know, willpower, motivation, you know, they're not really real things. It's just, you're going to maybe get 5 days of that, and then life's going to punch you in the face too many times to keep going. So you're going to have to implement some kind of accountability. So on a very basic level, that accountability could be, well, every morning I have to tick off these 4 things. Okay, it gives you an ABC, it gives you a paint by numbers, which is like every day I tick it off once it's done. Okay, a little bit of self-accountability there, but also because you've got a checklist, it means you can create a little to-do list, and it's part of your day, right? The next level up from that is to create somebody that holds you accountable, like a friend, a family member, a peer, someone in the office. My only advice with that is, if you use, you know, John from accounts, and John from accounts never goes to the gym and goes to the pub every night, John from accounts is not going to hold you accountable. He's just not, because he can't hold himself accountable, let alone you. If you're going to choose an accountability partner, you're going to have to choose somebody that is already good at it. So you might have a friend, a colleague, a peer that is that CEO that everyone hates because they're great at their job, they're brilliant, they're vibrant, they run bloody marathons, they're in the gym every day. That's the person you want to choose. Yeah, because they're going to hold you accountable because they're doing it themselves already. That's the person you want to choose. The level above that is obviously, you know, hire an expert that's going to be on your case, making sure you're doing that. But somewhere on that spectrum, you're going to have to add some kind of accountability. There's no point writing this down and then, you know, forgetting about it. You've got to do this. You've got to hold yourself accountable to it. Whether it's list, whether it's accountability partner, whether it's paying somebody to do that for you, that's up to you. But you're going to have to do this the next 10 to 14 days. All right. So the next part of this is actually tracking your results. Okay. So you want to start tracking. So simple thing, you know, I'm giving you some extra here. I wasn't planning to go into this, but lucky you. We're looking at tracking the statistics. So let's assume that you're ticking it off every day, and that's a thumbs up. You're doing it 10 days in, 14 days in, and it's happening. You want to track some markers now, because if you've done this right, you should start seeing physical, mental change. So if your goal, if your KPI is weight loss, you should be tracking your weight, because that should start to change in a positive way. You should start to lose weight if you're doing this right. Okay. If your KPI is energy, then start tracking your energy. You know, every morning, give yourself a score from 1 to 10 on energy. Simple. If your KPI is stress, you can do it on stress. If your KPI is performance, so it's about, I want to run faster, whatever it is, you need to start tracking it. Whether it's belly button, start tracking your belly button. Whatever it is, needs to be done first thing in the morning as soon as you do your list. So tick your list off, weigh yourself, measure yourself, give yourself a score on energy, whatever it is. And that then gives you a trackable, kind of results focused program, rather than just going, oh yeah, I feel a bit better. Okay, so see how we're tying this now into real results, because you're getting numbers, you're getting data with this. Okay, so this can be done on a pad, this can be done, there's thousands of apps out there you can buy or you can get for free that probably do the same thing, but you want to start tracking this. Okay, so to summarize, I've done half an hour now. I know it's only early, so I don't want to kill you guys first thing in the morning, but just to summarize, habits is the gateway to rapid results. It's the first thing we start with our VIP clients. It's the first thing that we assess because it's free, it's easy, it has a huge impact without costing loads of money or making big waves in somebody's life. It just works. Assess your habits, look at the top 10 that are kind of making the biggest impact. Then from that, choose 3 to 4. I'd suggest 3 because it's easy. Write them down, make a list, start ticking them off every single day, build that new list out and start implementing some kind of accountability. So we just kind of mentioned, you know, Self-accountability, as in ticking off lists, is the worst version. Having an accountability partner is the next version up, which would be, somebody that that is a beast, that's always on it, in the gym, doing their running, whatever it is, right? The best version is to pay a company to give you some kind of accountability support. There are companies out there that just do accountability. Saw one the other day that does some messaging stuff. I would just kind of mention one thing just before I close this live. I've seen a huge trend in AI accountability, and it's here and it's coming, and you will, as the general population, with regard to health and fitness, we'll start to see this more and more. For me, accountability should be with a human. I don't care how good accountability gets from an AI perspective, it should be with a human. And the reason I say this is because no matter how advanced AI gets, it's going to struggle with tracking things like energy, with tracking things like injury, with tracking things like pain, with tracking things like worry or concern. So that kind of ethereal empathy stuff is going to be a struggle for AI. I may be proven wrong in 10 years time. They might have 5 years, I don't know, I don't know. I'm not an AI expert, but the accountability should, at least in the short term now, be with a human. So if you are going to create some kind of accountability partner, I would use a person, because they're going to pick up on those little marks, those little triggers, those little nuances in your energy and how you feel. And this is why a coach is the best option, because that's what they do for a living. They understand, oh, okay, right, Jane's not feeling great. Okay, right, John's got some pain. Let's move this. Let's tweak this. Let's progress this. Let's pull it back. Doing it with AI, they're just going to go, hey, John, morning, get your workout in. That's not what you need. You're going to need something a little deeper than that. But anyway, thank you for your time, guys. I'm just going to put my little bannery thing here, just for anyone that's watching this. So if you're struggling to lose weight and you want to improve long-term health, we offer a free strategy call with one of our health coaches. That could be with me, it could be one of my health coaches. Just email hi@truefitness.co.uk and we'd be happy to jump on a call. We're very friendly. We're not, your typical PTs that are on your case or want to make you feel stupid or pathetic, or I hear lots of stuff like this, by the way, it's not just making this up. We're here to be friendly and open and understanding. So if you are in a position where you're looking at this and going, right, what do I do with this? How do I make this work? How do I fit this in? But I haven't got time to go to the toilet, let alone think about habit building. Just hit us up on an email, and it's hi@truefitness.co.uk. And me or one of the team will be in touch, and we'll be happy. We actually enjoy to jump on calls with people. We like helping people. We like earning money, of course. We also like helping people. So it's not a sales call. It's really not. We just want to talk to people, network, grow our network, grow our business, and that happens through conversations with great people like you. So hit us up on hi@truefitness.co.uk. If you're on my profile now, just drop me a DM, same deal, and I will get probably myself this time in the morning to give you a call. And I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, again, just hit me up. Follow True Fitness, our LinkedIn page as well. And like I say, keep abreast of our content, because we're very, very active. And as I mentioned at the start of this call, everything that we do, everything that we produce is based around business leaders. People like you guys, not people that have got tons of time, not people that have got tons of mental energy, not people that know the ins and outs of how to stay in shape and get ripped, all this stuff. We do this because we like to help business leaders, people that are extremely busy, travel a lot, struggle with stress, run teams, all that side of things. So just finally, if you want to book a strategy call, if you want to reach out, if you've got any questions, just email hi@truefitness.co.uk. If not, message me in my DMs on LinkedIn, and I shall see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Have a great day and have a great weekend.